Bug Out Moto! You are watching my Bug Out Van build series. If you missed part 2 of the Bug Out Van build series, click on the link below to watch it now. Hey, links to all items shown in this video are located in the description and comment section of this video. Okay, we'll start off with the building materials that I use for this project, and of course I went to Lowe's. Okay, we'll start it off 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch studs, a 1/2 inch thickness of cedar plywood that you see there, and a ready-made laminate countertop that's 6 foot long, and you can purchase it exactly as you see it here, and it only cost me 90 bucks. All you got to do is make your cuts. The next step is to come up with some measurements. That's a 7-gallon water container that will go underneath the counter, and also that is a cutout template for the sink that I'll be installing. I'll be using a regular old jigsaw to make the cuts, and they say you should use a blade for metal cutting to avoid splintering the wood, so that's what I'll be using. I'll also be using a spade bit to start the hole so that I can make the cutout to the sink hole. Okay, and here's what it looks like after I made the cutout. And I slip the sink right in, and by the way, this is an awesome sink, absolutely perfect for this setup. Okay, here's the countertop after all the cuts were made. I went ahead and just caulked in the sink. I didn't need to clamp it down because I made the sink hole tight enough that it fits in nice and snug. Okay, the next step is to cut out some counter legs that I'll be attaching the plywood pieces to make the cabinet. Okay, here's the countertop with the custom fitted legs that I'll be attaching the pieces of plywood to make the cabinet. And now it's time to make the cutout pieces for the cabinet. Okay, here's the end result after making the cutouts with a circular saw. And here are the hinges that I'll be using. I'll be installing those on the front because the thickness of the wood is so thin. Okay, here's the other side that has a door opening that I'll be using for the shower head, which will be utilized for a shower and the sink. Now it's time to attach the sides using 3-inch deck screws, and I'll just drill them into the studs. Okay, here's the finished product. Very simple in design, but perfect for what I need it for. Now it's time to put on the speaker box carpet, which is basically the same material that's on the floor of my van. I love this stuff because not only is it cheap, only 30 bucks shipped off of Amazon, but also it's very durable. It's resistant against gas, oil, battery acid, even bleach. I mean, it's very, very durable, and it also insulates as well. All I use to put this stuff on is 3M adhesive spray. I use scissors and an X-Acto knife, and bada boom, bada bang. And then I added those inexpensive door latches from Lowe's. Here it is installed in the back of the van. As you see there, it fits like a glove. It matches the flooring pretty good. Now it's time to drill the drain hole near the wheel well. Underneath the sink, my setup is as follows: a 1.5 inch to 3/4 inch drain hose adapter that's connected to a 3/4 inch to 3/8 inch hose adapter that's connected to a 3/8 inch nylon tubing that will drain out the bottom of the van. I'm just going to drill the hole with a 1/2 inch titanium bit. And then insert the tubing, which is pretty tough to get through, but once you get it through, it's nice and snug and protrudes out the bottom near the wheel well. I'll also be adding a 3-way splitter that will have a connection to a urinal, so that way I can pee in a device and it'll go out the bottom of the van. Okay, next step, I went ahead and installed the brackets to secure the counter to the van. I installed 2 brackets, one there on the end as you see there, and one in the middle. Next step, I went ahead and installed the 10,000 BTU butane camp stove there, and I attached it using power grip pedal tape, so it's not permanently affixed. And I'll only use this stove with both doors open so I have adequate ventilation. Next, I went ahead and installed the 7-gallon water container there, which is held with a bungee cord. And it is very secure. I have driven with this setup with no problems. On the other side, there's plenty of room for a 5-gallon container for drinking water that's held in place with a bungee cord as well. So I picked up this little 12-volt water pump, and what's great about this pump is that it draws very little power, and also you don't have to worry about it getting damaged if it runs dry. And also it only has 35 psi, so it's not going to suck up all of my water in my little 7-gallon container real fast. Okay, so it's time to run a little test here and make sure that it works. I went ahead and connected it to the battery with a switch, and it works fine. Nice flow too. It easily installed underneath the counter and gives me great access to take a shower or to use the faucet. Now I just use some hose clamps there and clamp down the hoses. And what's awesome about that former shower kit that I had is that shower head hose fits perfectly on this water pump. So as you see there, I went ahead and installed it. Installed the flip switch there. Okay, now to install the water hose and my water container. As you see, the back entry, the hole is too small, so I had to drill a 1/2 inch hole. That hose is a 1/2 inch outer and 3/8 inch inner for your information. I went ahead and drilled that out, and the hose fits nice and snug, and I can leave it in there permanently now. Unlike that other portable shower pump where I had to remove the water hose every time I stopped using it. Okay, now it's time to flush out the container to get rid of those drill shavings. Okay, there's a little problem. When I put the hose down, it kind of floats up a little bit, so that'll prevent me from being able to utilize all the water in the container. So to correct that, I got a stainless steel spoon and zip tied it to the line and put it down there and use it as a sinker, so that way it stays at the bottom, and it worked out perfect. Okay, I put the container back, and that's the way it'll stay. So let's do a little test and see if the switch works okay. As you can see, this shower head hose extends far out, which is awesome, so that way I can wash my motorcycle as well. This shower head is the only thing great that came out of that shower kit. By the way, I also installed a 12-volt receptacle there for my refrigerator. By the way, I also made a removable faucet that attaches to the sink. I just use a piece of scrap 2x2 and some vinyl tile. And as you see there, it just attaches via power grip pedal tape. And all you need to do is just attach the shower head onto that faucet, flip the switch, bada boom, bada bang. And as some of you may know, my sink water drains out of the wheel well. Then when you're done, just close the shower head, shake off the excess, and go ahead and install it on the door. And then you can go ahead and remove the faucet. Let me show you here. I did make a modification here to this faucet here. I added a magnet here instead of the Velcro, and also a magnet here, but you can take that off here, and I can pull this out, take a shower, or I can wash up at the sink here. See, that just connects there. Much better. Okay, now you're probably thinking, man, I don't want to shower with cold water. That's where this hot water element comes into play. It's a 12-volt hot water element. All you need to do is just connect it. I hooked it up to a switch, so that way that I can switch it on and off anytime I want to. And I used the spigot that came with the water container because it has an open and close valve there. And I just put the wire through there, attach the hot water element, and I can control the depth by that lever there. First off, let's do a little test to make sure it works. Okay, flip the switch. Wow, it heats up really fast. Okay, now just simply screw on the spigot and put the container back, and there you go. Now I have a hot water heater anytime I want to. However, what I might do is I might hook it up to the solar controller because it has a load switch there which you can connect it to, and you can actually time it so that I can heat it like a couple hours a day or however many hours I want to per day. But right now, let's show you my portable shower tent. As you see there, it fits nicely underneath my counter. Just unzip it, pull it out, and pop it open. Literally takes 3 seconds. Very simple and easy to set up. Bada boom, bada bang. Now you have your own private shower. And it even has hooks there so you can connect it to your vehicle so that way you don't have to worry about it blowing away in the wind. Taking a step inside, it fits me perfectly. I'm 6 foot tall and I fit in it just fine. I would leave the doors open to the side like that so it provides some sort of privacy. And to take a shower, you just pull out that little access door, pull out the shower head, flip the water pump switch, and take a shower. What I would do is rinse off first, cut it off, and then wash up with soap, and then cut it back on to rinse off, and then cut it off. You want to use very little water as possible because I only have 7 gallons of water in that container. Then just go ahead and flip the switch off and put the shower head back. Then you want to go ahead and towel dry yourself, and you can either leave the tent out and let it air dry or go ahead and towel dry it, but it's very easy to take down. It even comes with instructions. It literally takes like 3 seconds. Then just put it back in its case and put it back underneath the counter. It does come with stakes, by the way, so if you want to use it for camping, you can. Sure to stay tuned for part 3 of my bug out van build series where I build a custom twin folding bed. Hey, don't forget links to all items shown in this video are located in the description and comment section of this video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Welcome to my click to go links. Just click on a picture below to go.